I'm going to be talking about my book, What Price Power, a self-published book about women and their decision-making that actually was written 25 years ago. It's on Amazon.com if you're interested. And it's really being rehashed again today about what is it that women need to do to find equality. Are they still working at home as they did before when they're out there working? Are they doing the dishes, taking care of the kids, making up for lost time while men come home and unwind? This is still happening. I was quoted in Newsweek as saying, ageism is still being redefined because we're slowly tiptoeing into a quiet revolution of defining and defying the odds about discrimination, women, age, equality. We still haven't covered everything that's concerning equality. You know, I was switched at birth. My whole life I felt misplaced. And somehow it's gotten to this point with equality in my relationship, with my career, and now equality with age. And by the way, nobody ever asks my husband, oh, where did you get your degree? Everybody asks me as a psychologist, what school did you go to? Because women have to still prove themselves. Do you know that women are often seen as selfish just because they're successful? What is that all about? And age, forget about age. I mean, when a man has a child later on in life, he's considered virile. And a woman, well, she's considered a little bit off the wall. So there's still this place that we all need to go to make things fair. Now, as far as I'm concerned, my story is probably not that unusual. Because when I was 20, I was told, time to get married. I wanted to make my mother, my father happy because that's what I needed to do, make them happy. I got married at 22. I was engaged for 3 months and met him 3 months before that. When I was 30, I was told, you're no longer a girl anymore, as if there was something wrong with being a woman. 35, forget about it. I was told I was middle-aged when I entered Columbia by my sister-in-law. And at 40, a mug was telling me in a supermarket that I was over the hill. 50, I was told, hey, you're no spring chicken anymore. And 60, well, the world told me I was old for having twins. So where do we go from here? What is it all about? When will the billboards change to older women and younger men? I wouldn't mind that. After all, Jay Leno is being fired because he's 62. And the population that's watching him is really the older population, my age. And guess what? They have the bucks. So what's that all about? Where are the commercials for these people? We really need to change. Age needs to be redefined, as I was quoted in Newsweek as saying. So, am I old? Do I feel old? Not yet. Do I feel like my hair should be short and teased? And that I don't have a figure? That I'm matronly? No, hell no. Spring is coming. I feel great. And I represent many other women out there. Do you know women are calling me confessing about their age? I had a mother in school coming out of the parking lot running up to me. My child's in kindergarten, and guess what? I'm in my 50s, but nobody knows about it. Too bad. Wouldn't it be great if people knew how old she was so we could represent our age appropriately instead of having to lie when we get to a certain age? things are being changed every single day. And when I come home, and I have my PhD, and I had my career, and I established so much for myself, and I'm still doing all the chores, that picture is going to be changed. Well, anyway, I thought of a solution. I told my husband, you know what? I'm bringing home food. Homemade food is out of the picture. Everything's going to be made out there. I'm going to bring it home. And if you don't want to clean up afterwards, that's fine with me. The only problem is I reached the success, but successful women are being seen as selfish, are being seen as bad mothers. When I got off the elevator in my apartment building and a lady said to me, "Oh, you're working, what about your children?" She was telling me, what kind of mother are you really? So, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Career or family life? Or children? Women are still trying to figure this out. But you know what I found out in my research? And the reason I did my research was very interesting because I was standing in line in the supermarket and I see this very attractive mother with 2 little kids, so happy, and I'm thinking, why can't I be that happy? I felt there was something missing. So I did research on it. And I found that the most oppressed women were those that were home with preschool children. The ones that went to work were wistful, but they weren't depressed. Women who chose to work felt the most guilty. The ones that had to work didn't feel guilty, and the ones that had nannies at home didn't feel guilty. But the ones that really chose to work felt guilty. Women who had mothers who actually stayed home and were happy did the same, and they were more feminine as opposed to mothers who went and had careers. But the ones that were in conflict also were in conflict. And these women often changed after they got married. But in the midst of the marriage, if these women changed, then guess what? The marriage often resulted in divorce. So the men went out and got married again because they wanted to fulfill a part of them they never had. And that was relationships, because they were taught to grow up and go out there and seek opportunities. Where women were taught to have relationships, went out there after divorce to fulfill themselves. They either got jobs, careers, school, changed their appearances. So that's what happens to people in the midst of this change. But the best kind of sexual orientation for males and females, I found in my research, are to be androgynous. That's in the middle. You take a curve, and in the middle you have both your nurturing qualities and your assertive qualities, and you enjoy the best of both lives. So, the question is, what is best? Family, what comes first? Everything. The happiest women, and I suppose men too, but I did research on women, are those that had both a career and they had family. But who do you think are the best husbands? Which men do you feel make the best husbands? Guess what? I have the answer for that. Professional men, not businessmen. And you know why? Businessmen go out there and have women as subservients often, as assistants, secretaries. Professional men, well, they have equality with other women who are also on staff. So I have much more to say, but my video's running out, so I'm going to have to stop now and say to you, there's much more ahead that lies ahead for women, that men can be happier too. Because guess what?